And I'm going to show you the Google Colab. So do this, go to Google Colab, and you're given something like this. Sometimes the color is white, sometimes it is dark, like it has like a black, dark theme. So you click on the top, sorry, the bottom left, there's a blue button called New Notebook. Click on that one. Okay, so you're given. Sometimes it takes quite a while. It depends on your connection, and it depends on the Google itself. Google usually has lots of resources, so it doesn't really matter. So it's going to be something like this. Okay. Okay, is it okay? Give me a thumb if it's okay. Okay, I know you're doing okay. Now, if you look into this, this is basically the environment where you write your code. You can use another system. There's Copilot, there's Replit, and so on. But this is kind of nice because everybody has an account on Google, and then you can type in the commands, and it will stay in your Google Drive. So next week when we come back to this, your files are still there. Okay. Now, the first thing to do is on the left side, there's this untitled one or untitled zero or untitled.ipynb. That's the name of your kind of the notebook. We call this one a notebook. So we can rename it. This one is, for example, lesson, I don't know, let's just type in and then type in lesson uh, -1, for example, right? I'll do this. So this is the name of your file. Now lesson number 1, lesson -1. And later on, maybe next week or 3 weeks from now, you can open this one. Okay, good. It's all good. Let me know if I am too fast. We can repeat. If there is an error, you can share your screen. Yeah. But basically, we're going to take this one slow as just a playing. We have a playing ground, so don't think this as like very complicated things. Okay. Now, just like somebody, Erdin, was it? Erdin said that, hello world. Okay. Now, the first thing to do, now we type in comments. So this is more like a spreadsheet. If you are familiar with spreadsheet, Excel, and probably other spreadsheet applications, you have a cell. This one is a cell. Just like in spreadsheet, you have all those cells, and then you can enter command or enter numbers in. But this one will enter command. So let's type in print, and then parenthesis, and then you put single quote. You can put double quote. This is okay. Hello world. Okay. Okay. Now, once you type in this hello world, you want to run this hello world. Now, the way you run the code, you have a computer. This is your computer. This is more like a virtual computer somewhere in Google's machine. You have a computer, and then you click this triangle, and with a circle, you click it, and it will run it. But the first time you do it, it will connect to the server first. On the right side, you see there's a connecting. So it will create a machine for you, a server or a computer for you. Once it is created, so you can see the output. So this is your command, and then this is the output. Print hello world. Or you can put, again, hello Budi, for example. And then you can run it again by clicking the triangle. And then it says, hello world, hello Budi. Okay. So this is your first programmer. Sorry, your first program. Congratulations, you are now a Python programmer. So you can claim, I am a Python programmer. And what did you do? I created hello world. Any questions so far? So good? Is it okay, right? So yeah. If there is an error, let me know. Do not let it slide and then, wait for later on. Let me know if there is an error. Now, in many programming languages, the command there are in small small case. So if you say the word P, you put it with capital P, and you click OK, it will say error. It says name print is not defined because the system doesn't know print with capital P, but it knows the P print with small p. Okay, so this is case sensitive. Okay, there are other languages that are case insensitive, like BASIC, but this one is case sensitive. Okay.
I have a question, sir.
Go ahead, Parker.
I'm curious, which programming language do you find the most easiest to learn, in your opinion? And what is your favorite programming language?
The easiest is BASIC. My favorite programming language is actually Perl. So
I
that's
haven't used that one.
yeah. So but the easiest one is BASIC. But second easiest is Python. Python is easier these days because it's available everywhere on all kind of platforms, Mac OS, Windows, Linux, Unix, oh, you name it. Even online, there's a environment for Python. So Python is the best programming language so far to teach students. The second reason why I picked Python is that there are many, or actually huge number of libraries. That's what I like about Python. That's why Python actually beat other applications or languages because it has a large collection of libraries. Now, with this a large collection of libraries, we don't have to develop and we don't have to think because we can just use the libraries, and then it's easier for us to do many things. And Python can be used to do data science, AI. If you have the time, maybe 2 weeks from now, I'm going to teach you how to program AI using Python, statistics, all kinds of stuff. So that's why Python is being used by non-IT persons.
That's cool.
Okay, so let's move on now. If I can create this, this is the first cell. If I hover my mouse to the line, and then you'll see there's the code or text. If you click on code, it will create another cell for you. This is another cell for you. Just like in spreadsheet, you create another cell, you type in your command there. So your command here is kind of standalone. So you don't have to run again the first line here, and you can start coding in the second line here. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free. Okay, hang on a second. If you have a question, feel free to ask it. Okay. Now, in programming, many programming languages, we have a variable. Variable, it's kind of a temporary space where you hold whatever values or whatever. They call it variable. Say I can do this, x equal to 7. And then I can print x. Okay. And then you run it, and it will print whatever x is. You can use 11, 5, 4, 3, 0, or whatever. So what we are doing, we assign a value of 7 to this variable x. So when we do print x, it will print the value of the 7, not the word, or not the character x. In this previous example, when we use quotes, be that single or double quotes, it will print whatever inside the quote. So here we print the value of x. If we put quotes here, say we put quote x, it will print the word or the character x instead of the value of x. So if we put just x, this will print the value of variable x. And I can put multiple value, and I can put, say, y is equal 5, for example, print x, comma, y, and then I can do this, and it will print x, and then space y. So it will print 7 and then 5. Okay. Give me thumb again if it's okay, if you're done it. If not yet, let me know. I'll wait, because we're going to move together step by step. Okay. Is it okay? Wait, are you okay? You seems to be confused. Okay, right?
Am I circle control arrow?
Okay, show me your screen. Show me the screen. Okay, let me stop my screen share. If you can share your screen, or are you using different
Person.
computer?
Yeah, I use different computer.
Okay, can you show me using your camera to that one? Is it possible to do that? No?
I well, I
Because I want to. Okay, what does it say? The error.
there's the name arrow. Name arrow. Name arrow.
Name usually name X or name something.
Yes, I put the x equals 7, y
Or
equals 5.
can you copy and paste into the chat? Copy and paste into the chat section. The Oh, you're using different computer, yeah.
How about you, guys?
Or if you can type in the chat section, so I know what the error is. Again, for the others who have error, let me know what the error is, so we can debug it together. Because later on it's going to be more complicated. So from if you have any difficulties, error, okay. Okay. Now, if you see there, the first line is X, you are using the capital X instead of the small x. So everything has to be, if it's small, it has to be small. The X has to be small. Change
Okay.
that X to be small, and then it should work.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So yeah. So let me do this again. Yeah. So if you say X, and then if you say this is your capital X, right? And then your print is small x, it will say, oh, okay. Sorry, say, okay, because let's just do this again. Because we already have X, let me just use, say, for example, this is A, and this is small a, right? Sorry, A equals 7, and then this one is small a. So small a, where is my capital? Okay, small a. And it will say, okay, A is not defined because what I'm assigning here is capital A. This one is small case a. So in Python, the case is very important case. It is case sensitive. So if you have X here, then you also have to have X here, small case. Okay. Good. Now, with this, in computer, the way it works, it will execute everything from top to bottom. So it will execute the first line first, and then second line, and then the third line. You can also here print again, right? Print, say, X plus Y. You can do this, right? And it will execute the first line, second line, third line, and then the fourth line. So it will add X plus Y, which is 12. We can also assign it. So let's do z is equal X plus Y, for example, right? And then we print Z here instead of that one. Sorry, print Z. We can do this also. So instead of printing X plus Y directly in this the assignment in the print, we can create a variable called Z, and then we put X plus Y, and then we print X plus Y. If you want to get a little bit fancy, you can do this. Print Z equal, and then this, right? And then you can put this. So it will print the last line here. It will print whatever inside the quote. This one, okay, let me just use single quote. You can use single quote and double quotes. They are same for this particular case. Okay. So you can do this. Or you can put the result. The result is, you can also do that. So whatever inside the quote, it will print the inside quote, and then it will print the whatever next to it. I can also print many things here, print X, Y, and I can also print Z there, also possible. Okay, so I can print X, Y, Z. Ada pertanyaan? Is there a question? Tidak ada? Oh, is it okay? Okay, good. Nah, okay, now what we can do all kinds of arithmetic operation. We can have plus, we can have minus. Say for example, x minus y, and then run it again. So it's 2 because x minus y. 7 minus 5 is 2. I can also do multiplication. Change that one to multiplication. 7 times 5 it's 35. I can also do a division. Okay, 7 divided by 5 is 1.4. So you can do so many things with it, and later on, maybe next week, we're going to do more complex things, more complex operations. Okay. So variables we can assign value, but we can also assign, say for example, I'll do this. Name is equal Budi. I can say name equal Budi. So I can say print name. It will print Budi. So variable can also hold a sequence of characters. We call this one string of character. Okay. So this one a string of character. Now, in Python, we can have commands, which is basically this hashtag or pound sign. This is a comment or remark, and it will not be executed by Python. So if I have this is just a comment. This is good for taking notes. Okay, if you run it, the first 2 lines, because there is a hashtag or a pound sign, it's not going to be executed. It's just basically it will be ignored. We can put anything there. Usually we do this. Why we do this? It's because if we go back to this, say in, I don't know, in 3 months or 6 months or 1 year from now, you're going to forget your programming. Definitely, you will not understand why am I doing this, and or why is this program this and that. So if you put comment, maybe later on you'll say, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing here. Oh, okay, I for example, put can say put your name in quotes, something like that. Oh, okay, it might mean how to put my name in quotes. Okay. So comment that will work all kinds of in many kinds of Python. In this particular Google Colab, we can also have notes. If that's why, if you click on code, text instead of code, this will allow you to write text, formatted text, and this is good for reporting. So you can write a report and then there's a program in it. So this is, I can make it bold, for example. And then if you look in the right side, it's bold, and then I can make it italics. So if you look in the right side, right, it is going to be like a format that just like you are using Microsoft Word, for example. This is only works in Google Colab. It's not going to work in other environment. But for the remarks or the code like this, it will work like that. No, I don't want this. Let me hang on a second. Let me just delete this. Delete sign. Okay. Okay. So I can do this again. Okay. Ada pertanyaan? Oh no. If it's okay, go ahead. If there's an error, let me know. So I can put also, say, for example, name. I can put also last name, say, last name, one word. Okay, it's equal Raharjo, for example. I can put print name, last name. Okay, Budi Raharjo. So it will print name, it will print last name. If there's an error or let me know. And this comment, you don't have to type in this comment because this is just for me. You can delete it. You can delete this. You don't need to type this. Okay. And the nicest thing about Google Colab is actually you can collab. You can write this code, this code with many of your friends. You can code together. So you can develop this this program together. Okay. Now, in the previous example, there is an operation of plus, minus. So let's do this. Combine is equal name plus last name. What, print combine. Okay, let's do this. Now you look at this output. The word Budi and Raharjo, there's kind of combined without the space. Apparently, the plus sign in this variables, the string variable, or string is a variable of a list of characters. It is basically you just add them together. The name of this is concatenate. Concatenate the two string variables. So apparently plus. I don't know what minus does. Let's just do minus. Let's see. Error. Apparently you cannot subtract. Okay, or you can only add plus. Okay. The same thing if you multiply. I don't know how to multiply Budi and Raharjo. I can only know, okay, apparently this is how it works in Python. You don't have to memorize all of this. You only need just good enough Python, and then use that in writing code. Okay. Ada pertanyaan lagi? Silakan, if you have any questions. Okay. Wait. Okay. Wait, where's my screenshot? Okay. Oke, adakah pertanyaan? Belum? Belum ada?
All good, Pak.
Yes.
No, I mean, all
All
good,
good.
Pak.
Okay. Now let's do this. Add another code. Okay. Now, when we do programming, what we want to do is we want to do repeated things. Like, for example, if I want to print name 5 times, I can do this, right? Say I can do this. Name equal Budi. I want to print this one 5 times. I can do print name. I can also print again name. Okay. I can also print again name. This kind of tedious, right? If I do it 3 times, Budi, right? But what if I want to print it 100 times? I don't want to type in this 100 times, right? Now, in a programming language, there's a thing called loop. Okay, let's just delete this. This is what we call loop. You do this over and over again by using for I in range 10, for example, colon, print I. I can use, from for, I don't know, maybe X, Y, Z. Okay. Print X, Y, Z in range. If I run this, it will print 10 times X, Y, Z. But since in computing language, number starts with 0. It doesn't start with 1. So it will do it 10 times. Every loop, every circle, it will increment the value of X, Y, Z. Say, for example, this one, it will start X, Y, Z, 0. Okay, print X, Y, Z. It will print 0. And then it goes back to the first line, loop. Yeah, it will loop. Print X, Y, Z. Okay, now it's 1. Increment that 1. Now it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 10 times, but it will count from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 times is actually 0 from 9. Okay. Now, there are many things that I don't like in Python. If you do this in a block kind of, what do you want to do? I want to do this 10 times. What do you mean do this? I want to print. Okay, so to create this kind of loop, the print it has to be shifted with 2 characters or 3 or 4 characters. If you have something like this, it will print error. Okay, well, you have to have expected an indented block after 4. So after 4, it has to be indented. 1, 2. I usually use 3, but some people use it 4. But in this particular case, if you hit enter here in Google Colab, it will give you 2 spaces. So this is the correct way of writing Python code. After 4, it has to be indented at least 2 characters. Okay. Is it good or? Okay. So if I can do this X, Y, Z, and then I can comma, and then I can print Budi, for example, right? And it will print Budi 10 times. If you want to have 100, just put another 0, but it's going to be like scrolling, right? Yeah, so I'll just use 5, for example. Okay, let's do this 5. Now, in this kind of loop, usually people use I here instead of X, Y, Z. People use the variable of I. This is common among programmers. So this is not the standard, but this is common among programmers. So if you look at a code and then you see for I, oh, I know Pak Budi already said long time ago that, okay, that's a variable that is commonly used by a programmer. We can use all kind of variable names, but this is the kind of the best way of doing it, or the common way of doing it. So if you do it this with for I in range 5, print I, people say, you are a Python programmer. You know how to program. This is the dialect that we used to carry when we do program. Adakah pertanyaan? No?
Can you scroll up, Pak?
Okay. This?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to check my
Coding. Code.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Pak. Ini, Pak.
Oh, by the way, if I want to have space in this last example, the previous example, combine last time, I want to have a space between Budi and Raharjo. All I can do this, I can add this. I'm cheating. I can add plus, right? And then it will say Budi Raharjo is the same. But I add name, plus, space, plus last name. That's also possible. I can also plus name again, plus name again, plus name again. And then they say Budi Raharjo, Budi. Okay. So with this, we can do all kinds of stuff. We can, writing codes, loops, and this and that. Okay. So we have, so far we have covered how to create a variable using values and a variable using characters. And then we call that string. Okay. Variable. Now, let's move on. Is it okay if I move on? Becoming more difficult. Mudah-mudahan kepalanya tidak ngebul. I hope your head is not exploding. Okay. Let's do another code. More code. Okay. Now, in Python, there is also what we call a list. Say, I'll use this. Daftar is equal 7, 1, 3. I don't know. Just put some random numbers here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I can also print daftar. Okay, and then I can print daftar. So this is a bit different. In previous examples, we have variable x equals 7, just one number, or y equal 5. or name equal Budi. That's it. But here we have a variable which has many elements inside it. So this is what we call a list in Python. In other programming language, we call this an array. So, but basically, we have a list of numbers or whatever elements. How many elements do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So there are 19 elements in this. Sometimes, I don't know how many elements. Apparently, there's a command called length. Print the length of daftar. If I print this and run it, and it's okay, 19. So in my daftar variable, the length of this daftar, there are 19 elements. Okay. So we can create this array later on when we have, say, a list of students, a list of customers, a list of employees, a list of inventory. We can do that one with using this this kind of list of array. Okay. We can address each element by mentioning the index or the number. So for example, the first one, this number 7, we can call it as print daftar, and then you could the square bracket 0. If I run it, it will see print 7. Let me just put £sign here. So it will not be, these 2 lines are not going to be executed. So it's going to be, this first line is executed, and then the 4th line is executed. These 2 lines are not going to be executed because I put a £sign. I make it a comment. So that's an easy trick if you want to run a command and then you want to debug it and you don't want to run that part because it's cluttering your screen. This is what most people do. Sudah mulai pusing? Or okay? It's still okay, right? Okay, yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
I found
Yes.
error, sir. May I share
Okay.
screen, sir?
Yes, share your screen.
Wait, yes, sir. Wait. Can you see my screen now, sir? I
It's
found
coming.
error, sir.
Okay.
Here. What's wrong, yes, sir?
Okay. You see that you see you are using parentheses of instead of square bracket before the word the character 0. So if you print daftar square bracket 0, so it's not yeah, that one replace it with square bracket, just like the first one. Yeah, square bracket instead of parentheses. Pakai kurung kotak.
Oh, kurung kotak. Okay, sir.
Yeah. The
This one.
daftar 0. No, the 0. The 0 is inside a kurung kotak. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure the daftar and the kurung kotak. Yeah, exactly. There.
Already, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, this is just an example that coding sometimes or many times you find an error, and sometimes it's difficult to spot because you are already into this, and that's where sometimes it's better to have somebody get somebody check my error, why it is giving me an error, and said, oh, okay, that's the problem. Okay, so parenthesis, the regular bracket is it is used to call what they call a function. Say print this, print that, or do this, do that, whatever inside this parenthesis, do that. Now square bracket indicates a list. So this one, the square bracket indicates a list. Just maybe make it my font bigger. Okay, yeah. So the square bracket indicates a list. So this one is daftar number 0 is that one. If I want to print this number 8, for example, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, so it is daftar 7. Okay. Okay. Remember, the index or the number starts with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can go through that one. If I say daftar 23, right? There's no we don't have 23. It will say, okay, list index out of range. It says, out of range because we don't have 23. So it will point, okay, this is where the error is. There's an arrow, daftar 23, the index out of range. Oh, okay. So let's just do this. Okay. Now I can also delete. So if I want to delete the first element, the number 7, this is number 11, I can also delete. Let me just comment this one, right? Del, delete daftar 0. I want to delete daftar of 0. Now, sorry, let's just print daftar again. Print daftar. Okay, execute. So you'll see that, okay, let me just print daftar before and after, okay? So you see that the first line, the daftar, it has 7, 2, 3, 5, 6, and so on. And then in the second line, after we delete del, after we del daftar 0, it will delete the element number 0, which is this one. So daftar now it doesn't have the first character, the first element. We can also delete whatever element that we want. Say that we can delete this number 8, for example, it's 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I can also delete 7, right? So this number 8 is deleted. Okay. So we can delete the number 1, sorry, the number 0. What if I want to delete the last one? The last one. Now there is a command for that. I think, let's see. If I think it's -1. Let's see. Yeah, -1 is deleting the last one. Or I can also use this what we call from daftar. There is a function called pop, and then let me just print daftar again. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, now if you look into this, the first daftar, okay, this is one is the complete daftar, right? And then I can delete daftar -1. We are deleting the last one, this one. Okay, so it doesn't have the last one. And we can also do that using different kind of command by using what we call a pop. Pop is basically deleting the last one. There's a command called push, and then this other one is pop, 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 pop. Pop is basically deleting from the last one. So sometimes in programming, there are many ways to do one thing. Okay, yes, otherwise.
Sir, it's delete. How about if we want add item to the list?
Yeah, we can also insert. So let's just do this, right? How do I insert? Okay. Say daftar. How do I insert? Okay, now let's see. I can add at the end. For example, I want to add at the end, right? I can add at the end. This is what we're doing. Let's do this at the end. So I can add, say, daftar. It's equal to daftar, but I want to add plus, I don't know. At the end, I have 1, 5, 6, 7, for example, right? I can print daftar. Okay. So you see that there's 5, 6, 7 at the end. Okay. So if you add at the end, all you have to do is tambah. Now, what if I want to insert somewhere in between here, right? What if I want to insert within this? Now, I'm going to teach you how to use AI. So let's go there. Let's open, say, I don't know, ChatGPT. We can use ChatGPT. We can use DeepSeek. We can use Qwen. It can also possible. Now, in Python, I can ask, in Python, how do I add an element in the middle of a list? Okay. and it will give me an example. Okay, using insert. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. See, apparently there is a command called insert the location and then the number. Oh, okay, my list insert. Okay, so this is what I do. Okay, according to that one, I can do this. Where? Wait. Okay, I can do that. Okay. So I can also daftar insert. What is the command again? Let's just this one. Daftar insert the index and then the number. Okay, the index. I'll put it somewhere 0, 1, 2, 3 after 3. Okay. I want to have the number say 99. Sorry, let's just print daftar. Okay. So you can see there, it will be inserted at number 3. Remember our index start with 0. So it says 0, 1, 2, and then the 3 will insert this number 99 in the number 3 here. And then 5, 6, 7. So you can insert at the beginning, at the end, or in the middle. Okay. Now, I can print this one using print daftar, and it will print right away to the right side. Okay, whatever list. But I can go through this daftar. I can do this. For number, for example, in daftar. Okay. And I can print number. Okay. If I run it, it will print in this. It will go through the list, and it will print it one by one. Okay. So in list, you can do so many things. You can delete, you can add, you can insert, you can pop, you can print. But basically, this is a list of numbers. Okay. Ada pertanyaan kah? Is it too fast? No? Okay, ya. Pak, is it possible to, let me just, I'll put this one in. Okay. If I run it again, okay. That one is not going to be printed. Okay. Now let's do another one. Okay, let's do add another code. Pak, can we have a list of names? Oh, okay. Say, for example, we have class. And then the class here, it says Budi. You know, ini Ani. Okay, I can say Anna. I can say Zoro. For example, right? I can say Justin Bieber. I can say whatever, right? I can say whatever, accept. Okay, and I can run it also, the same print class. Okay, and it will print the list just like the previous one, but it will print names or characters or string instead of numbers. So you can have a list of strings or a list of names also. Okay. Adakah pertanyaan? Okay. Now, Pak, can we sort this? Oh, it's easy. Okay. So I can have here, say, class underscore sorted is equal sorted class. Okay, print class underscore sorted. So you can see that it is sorted from the first character, Acap, Anna, Ani, Budi. It is sorted. So the variable here, remember, there is underscore. Sometimes people have class and then space sorted. You cannot have variables with space. So if you have variable with space, then it will be error. Invalid syntax because our variable has space. So a variable can only have one word. Okay. You can have class sorted, or I can have K sorted, or whatever, right? I can have, but basically you cannot have spaCy. Can I have this one also possible? Usually when we use variable names, we want to have variables names have a meaning. For example, if I have this one x123, right? x123, it will still work. It will still work. But 6 months from now, if I ask you to print x123, you have to think x123. What is x123? If I have it here as, say, in a class sorted, so you say, oh, I no. It may be a sorted version of class. Okay, so this is possible. Okay, so it's easier to remember. So that's why make a meaningful variable names. But the only problem, you type in more, right? If you have, instead of x, for example, x1, you have only 2 characters, but this one we have to type in class underscore sorted. Yeah, it's more meaningful, but you have to do more work. Okay. Now, if you want to have a program, make sure the program is readable, because you are going to hand in your program to somebody else's. You don't want to maintain this program for all your life. Why? My philosophy, if you have work, make it simpler so other can do it, so that you can go on holiday. If you have a program so complicated, you cannot go on holiday because your boss said you cannot go on holiday. You have to take care of the program. Just in case there's something wrong in your program, you cannot take cuti, you cannot go holidays. So make sure the program is documented, and it's easier for other people to read, and they said, oh, okay, I know what you've done there. And that's why a program has to be readable. Okay. The same thing with other kind of works. Make sure your work is readable so you can hand it over to somebody else. Pak, nanti kalau gitu saya di-replace sama orang lain. No. It's not going to be like that. Jadi jangan takut membuat program. Saya kalau membuat, if I create something like that, like a programming job, even work, even company, I want to create a well-oiled machine, so it will run forever without me, so I can take a holiday. Dasar orang malas ya gitu. Okay, is there a question for this? Kepalanya sudah mulai cenut. No? I think it's okay, right? Or you already got confused? Masih okay? Is it still okay? Pak, I'm going to review this one later on. No, review this later on. Understand it now, so later on you don't need to study anymore. So this is just like play. Do it now, and then forget it later on. I'm not trying to teach you to become a programmer. No, you're not going to. I'm not going to teach you to become a programmer. You're still a person as you are, but you know how to program. So just if you ask somebody to do a program for you, you can ask that. Okay, do this. I want you to write a program that can do this. You know it can be done because you already done it. And then the programmer said, "It's too difficult, ma'am." And then he said, "No, I've done it. I know how to program. Do it." Yeah. So you can outsource the job to somebody else's. Okay. But how do, if I want to sort it in reverse? Okay, can go reverse. I think reverse is equal true. If you run it, and then it's going to be reverse. So in Python, you can have a command or a function here without the option here, and it's going to take whatever it is, the default. But you can also ask it to do it otherwise, or do some other things. Like, for example, sort the class, the variable class, but now I want it to be reversed, and it can be done also. Okay. So let's do some interesting stuff. Okay, let's just write the code, another code. Okay. Kata is equal input. Masukkan, okay. Please enter a sentence. Okay. Then you do this, and then you can say print kata. If you run it, it will say, please enter sentence. This is my first sentence. Okay. And it will print whatever. Okay. Now, I can reverse it. I can reverse. Okay, I can say kata dibalik is equal sorted. Okay, wait, no, not that. Okay, hang on a second. Wait. Now, this one is kata. I can split the kata into many words. Okay, say K. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let me go back also to ChatGPT. If I have this variable, we can put this. Okay. How do I split it into words? So let's oh, it says, oh, okay. It gives me which one do I like better. I for this response. Okay. Okay, so it says here, split kata, is a command called split. Okay. Okay, now let's do that. Okay. Let's copy this part. Okay. Print kata. Okay. Words, kata split. You see that there is a command here, the pound sign, the hashtag. I can delete that one. I don't need that one because it is just a command. Okay. Ini adalah kata-kata mutiara. I don't know. So the first line, it will pick up the first whatever we enter, right, as a sentence. Ini adalah kata-kata mutiara. And then the second line, it will split it into many words. So it will split this. Ini adalah kata-kata mutiara. So it will split it into whatever words it has. So this is what we call a tokenizing. This is what a ChatGPT or large language model or AI, when it is trying to analyze our prompt. So it will basically split our whatever sentence into many words. So this is ini adalah kata-kata. And then later on we can do this to do, say, sentiment analysis. Say, for example, we'll take the words, we will take the words or the sentence from somebody else's Twitter, say, I don't know, or Facebook, text, Twitter, or even Instagram text, right? The text, we take the text and then we analyze the text. We split the sentence into many words, and then we analyze the words, whether it is positive or negative. And so we can do a sentiment analysis. So, for example, we are looking for comments about our company, for example, or our profile, or our whatever products. And then it will say, okay, produk ini bagus, or this is a good product. Oh, okay, so it is positive. And if it says produk ini jelek, oh, okay, so it is a bad product. So this is kind of part of going there. Okay. We can also, ini adalah kata-kata mutiara. We can also reverse it. Sorted or reverse words. I can do that, right? I can reverse it, reverse the word, okay? And then I can say it backwards, forwards, and so on. That's also possible. Now, remember, ChatGPT or DeepSeek, if you go to DeepSeek, for example, same thing, deepseek.com, or even Qwen also, you can also use this. They're basically the same, okay? You can also do this, and then you ask it to do the code for you, and it will give you the code something like this. Okay. Adakah pertanyaan? Let's do 15 more minutes, and then after that, yeah. Because I don't want you to get complicated. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Apa-apa?
Sorry, sir. I would like to ask for the sorted one. I cannot execute the sorted one, but strangely, I can print the reverse one, but the right one, I cannot execute the programs.
Okay.
Can I
Show
share?
me.
Yeah.
Can you show me your code?
Oh.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Show me your code.
This
Okay.
one right here.
Okay, print class, sorted class. Okay, let's do it without the reverse. Okay, the reverse. Okay. Make sure there is no comma.
Oh, class?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh.
It should work. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, you
Thank
add you still leave the comma. Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You can also see if you want to reverse the to equal true. You can also reverse false if you put false, and it will be the same also. Okay.
Okay. So whenever I type reverse equals to true, so it will be sorted, right?
Sorted in reverse.
Sorted in reverse. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can also, if you want this one, you can also this one to be false, and it will be the same. Okay, we sorted in the apa namanya increasing, right? Increasing. So this one is if I want to true, so it is say in reverse. Okay, it will do it in reverse. Okay. Now, what if I want to have something? I want it to capitalize or the names, for example. Okay, let me just do this. Let me just capitalize. For example, I want to capitalize the name. Okay, now what we can do? We can wait. Let me just go to this. Okay. Let me just move my code here. Wait, not the all lower. Okay, so let me go back to this. Let me just. Okay, let me just put comment here first. Okay, forget about this, but I'm just having it here. Okay, now suppose in this class, right? I have a mixed character. So this one is Ani, and this one Acep. This one also. There's also, for example, Rahat, Joe. Okay, if I do this again, it will print as it is, and then the other one, it will actually, let's see, not this one is without the reverse. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so the first one, it is the original list, right? And then the second one, we want to have it sorted. Now, apparently, when we are sorting it, capital letters usually start at the beginning. So Ani, Raharjo, and then the smaller case. But Ani, Anna should be first, right? If we have it lowercase. or if we don't want to care about the lower. So how do we lowercase all of this? Now, in Python, there are many ways of doing it. First of all, we can create a function. Okay, we define a function. Okay, this is in a function. This one, we define a function. We can call it later on. The define a function, and we can give the function a list. My list, for example, the list of class, and then we have the function is this. We lower the function. There is a function. Well, basically, I'm going to explain this one next week, right? But in this function, it will take the list and it will turn it into lowercase. So now I can say this one, lowercase is equal all lower class. Sorry. Okay. And then I can print lowercase. Okay, so it will print in lowercase. Now, if I sort this one, right? Oh, sorry. Let's just let's use the class the sorted one. Class sorted. Okay. 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 So you'll see that this is the uppercase, and then the lowercase will lowercase everything here. Now, if we want to sort it, oh, okay, maybe we should lowercase it first before we sort it, right? Okay, so we can do that also. So we can do this, right? Now, let's do this. Lowercase is equal all lowercase. So let's move this one. Okay. So let's rearrange our code. Okay. So we want a class. We put. Okay. So this. Okay. Okay. Let me create a component. Make sure everything is in lowercase. Okay. So lowercase. Now let's sort it. Okay. So from class, we make it lowercase, and then now we have lowercase, and then we want to have sorted lowercase. This one is okay, already, oh, okay. Sorted name, sorted class, for example, right? We create. Let's do this. Okay, let's just run it again. Boom. So now it has, this is the original one. Okay. And then after we have that one, we make sure everything in lowercase. Okay. And then after we have it in lowercase, we sort it based on that lowercase. So it's Acep, Ana, Ani, Budi, Justin, Raharjo, and Zoro. So Ani is going to be there, Raharjo is going to be there. So it's sorted in the same fashion. Ada pertanyaan? So, silahkan kalau ada yang mau niru-niru ini. And by the way, if I share this in the class, I can do this. Hang on a second. Share. Okay, let's just click on share. I can have it here. Okay, share, what do you mean? Okay, anyone with the link can view this. Okay, let me just copy the link, done. And then I can put it in the chat, put that link. So if you click on that link, you can have a version of my screen here. Okay, so you can have it in a screen. Okay. Ada pertanyaan? Sudah mulai ngebul. And then the last one. Okay, what if I want to capitalize the first character? Okay, now there is a command to do that. Let's just do this. Okay. Okay. Let me just wait. I'm going to say, okay, now we already have a list. Now I want to have, okay, capitalize. Okay, class capitalize. For X in sorted class, for example. Okay. class cap. And then let's see here. Make sure the first character is capitalized. Okay, let's just run this again. Boom, you can see there, the first character is capitalized. As the name of a person, usually you want the first character to be capitalized, right? Acep, Ana, Ani, Budin. Okay. So with this command, it's basically, it will turn into whatever list into a capital. You don't have to memorize this. You can steal the idea. You can copy and paste from somebody else's code, or you can ask ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Qwen to give you the solution for this. So this is an example how you play with Python to do this and that and this and that. Maybe this is not important right now, but we can do this. For example, take the list of students from an Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to take the list and then give me only the first name. So it will give me the first name. I want it to get the result of their exams, and then I want to plot them. So that's possible also using this. Ada questions sebelum kita bubar malam ini? Do we have questions before we stop for tonight? I know some of you are already tired.
I have made something.
Yes.
I wanted to share.
Okay, share it with me. Hang on a second. Let me just stop mine.
I can't share my screen, but can you try that one? I put it in the chat box.
Oh, okay. Let me just loading it. Okay. Okay. Run anyway. Okay. I'm still running it. Okay. Wait. I have not shared my screen. Okay.
It's supposed to be like a gorilla,
Wait.
but it's not very accurate.
Hang on. Let me just share it. Where my share screen? There. So he wrote the program like that one, right? And then the result is this. Don't worry, be happy. That's what it says. So with Python, you can also write graphs. Next week we'll do that. Next week we'll open an Excel spreadsheet, and then we'll do some graph manipulation with it. Next week it's going to be more complicated. Your head is going to explode. But tonight is going to be a simple one. Okay. So, any questions before we close the class tonight? And while we're waiting for questions, yes.
What are the best debugging techniques to fix errors quickly? Because if there is errors, of course, we don't know. Especially if there is not you, we can ask you. So what is the best debugging techniques for that?
There are two ways. For me, the best debugging technique is to get somebody else come here. What is the error in my code? And then say, okay. That's why usually pair coding, it's actually a good thing, because somebody said, oh, okay, I'm tired or whatever. And then the second thing is you copy and paste, and then using, I used to use Google a long time ago, copy and paste it and ask Google, what's wrong with this code, this particular, or what is this error message? What does it mean, this error message? Now, these days, it's even better because we can ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek. It's even better. Sometimes I upload my code. If it's not a secret code, I upload my code and then I give it, how come this is an error? And it will say, I know there is this missing library, or you're missing space, or this is, so this is much better. It's easier because you have, all those AI tools to help you coding. That's why some people said, oh, maybe in the future, we don't need programmers anymore because all this AI can help you in this programming. We can ask it, do this, do that. Okay, it will give you the code. Now, the way I see this is we can use that one and then put in my code, since we have to understand a bit about Python. Oh, okay, this and that. So when it gives when we ask say deep ChatGPT or AI the code, and then we can copy and paste, we can debug it, we can check whether it is correct, or we change the variable names or so on. But now it's much easier.
Can I add something to that
Yes.
as well? So
Yes.
the website that we're using is one of many types of IDEs. IDE is short for Integrated Development Environment. Think of it like an aquarium. If you want to have fish, you have to have an aquarium. You have to have water, clean water, rocks, plank, food, because if you just put it on the floor, the fish will die. So think of it like your aquarium. And whenever you had an error, if you go into the chat box, Miss Lee Wei posted at 7:16 p.m. the error, right? That error, that's how you debug as well. It's a way to debug as well. But I do agree with Mr. Booty that AI nowadays is very good for debugging, because before debugging was the biggest nightmare for coding, because you would have to sit, you would spend more time debugging your code than coding. Yeah.
So that's why I'm losing my hair, because I have lots of debugging.
Yeah.
So these days it's okay. Now I'm happy with the AI development of AI, because it helps me a lot in coding. I usually code by myself first, and then I ask it, okay, can you fix my code or fix it or make it better? And usually it's the same with what I'm doing. So I'm okay. Now, turn on your cameras, because I'm going to take a picture of the class as usual. Where is my, okay, this is my, see, okay, where is my, okay. My instruction is always the same, right? It's 1, 2, 3, and then ketawa, and then you hold the ketawa, okay? Okay, ready? Two more. Okay, one more. Okay, but that's okay. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, ketawa. Dosennya yang paling seru ketawanya. Okay, that's it. Selamat malam semuanya. I hope you have a good time. Stay safe, stay healthy. Selamat malam, good evening to all of you. Sleep tight. Selamat malam. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, sir.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, sir. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye.
I need to go
Enjoy
out
the
and
rest.
get some food.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, Pak.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.